We return here to Dunfield following the first half of a doubleheader that did not go in the Pioneers' favor. It was a 6-4 victory by Newark, and the big factor in that one, 4 errors costing the Elmira Pioneers. They lead the West Division in errors on the season. They look to try and change that. It was a great pitching performance by Grant Ingram following the first inning where he led up 3 runs, was able to hold off. Now for the Pioneers, they look to try and take things back here against the Newark Pilots, split the series. Newark, on the other hand, trying to take one for their own. As up on the mound for this one is going to be Brennan Hayes. He's with his catcher, Brendan Duback, right now, as Coach Drum and Coach Brown exchange over lineup cards to go through this one. For the Elmira Pioneers, they are now, for the first time since the beginning of the season, they're lost to Batavia, second loss to Batavia, below 500. They are 11-12 now on the season on a 3-game losing streak. Entering into this one, look to change it today, and it's Brendan Hayes who'll try to do so. Brendan Hayes is one of those pitchers that it seems as every inning he goes, he just gets better and better and better. And he looks to continue that here. Anthony Labonte taking you through the action here today. And as it's warm outside today, I wish it was cold outside. It's warm outside this past week. Why don't we crack open a Coca-Cola here, the proud sponsor of the Elmira Pioneers, as get a nice cold one there and get ready to go on this July 4th. Pioneers trying to take back a win. It's just a 7-inning contest in the doubleheader. The second half of the doubleheader incoming. Pioneers continuing to try to work, and it's going to be an interesting factor. We saw some more coaching changes than we may have seen in the past come in the first game with substitutions in terms of pinch hitters, pinch runners for the Pioneers. Have to see how that factors in throughout this contest and into the rest of the games and the season. Brendan Hayes gets ready to go. They check and see how many more pitches they need. It's going to be a third down coming up real soon. But for the Newark Pilots, they look to try and strike early, and they've got Miles Castillo to do that. They scored 6 unanswered runs against the Pioneers in that last game, trying to come back in that one. They got their first win since back against Batavia, where they beat them 15-8, number 1 team in the West Division. So now Newark beats 2 of the top 4 teams in the West Division. Shows how anything can happen in baseball. In between the 2 games, we saw a rainbow even out there in center field. The thought was that rain was going to come through. Thankfully, the rain ended up curving around and is missing downfield, so it's going to be a beautiful night here for the 4th of July. Hayes gets set. Miles Castillo gets ready. First pitch comes in here, and that one's going to be a strike. Brendan Hayes gets his first pitch strike coming in here, and for Hayes, the first inning has not always been his best friend. He calls it the first inning scaries. When he has come out, he has let up runs in the first inning numerous times. Each single start he has, that one is going to fall right into left field, and that will be the first hit of the day for the Newark Pilots. It's going to be a single coming in for Miles Castillo. He starts things strong against Hayes. So as I mentioned, he is not always the strongest pitcher when it comes to the first inning, but once he shakes off the first inning scaries, he gets back in and he gets ready to throw. Man on first base here is Miles Castillo, and coming up now is going to be Jeremy Sosa. He's the center fielder for this one. He played in the last one where he was able to get on by an error, but was 0 for 3 in the contest. That one goes in for a ball. It's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 incoming here for the batter. And Sosa, opportunity to strike early against Brendan Hayes. He throws. That one is down low. Hayes gives himself a sign. 2-0 count now incoming as he runs the ball to get ready. Interesting one here. You don't see Rosenbag unmound for Hayes. You see a lot of pitchers with that Rosenbag. That one is hit hard. It heads towards right field. Going underneath that one and making the catch is going to be Caleb Delaney. He throws it back on in, but it won't be able for the double play. So a fly out to right, and that leads to us to talking about the field for the day. Alex Davis is over at third base. Jalen Tidwell, he returns to short. Manny Esley is at second. Ryan Gabbianelli switches over from the hot corner to the first base side. The outfield from left to right. It's Trevor Reed out there in left. Brett Baker returns to center. And Caleb Delaney is at right. Doing the catching is Brandon Dubeck for Brendan Hayes. First out comes in there on the fly out. And now up to bat comes Aiden Bolin, the designated hitter who came in as a pinch hitter last time. As that one goes in there for a strike. When Bolin came in as the designated hitter, the pinch hitter, he flew one into the outfield that was landed in the glove of Tyler Adamo. Adamo not in the lineup for the second game. 0-1 count. The pitch, that one's outside. 1-1. So 1-1 count now comes in here for Bolin, who is a dangerous hitter in his own right, trying to piece things together for the Newark Pilots. He's a .270 hitter so far on the season. 1-1, the pitch. That one swung on a miss there for strike two. Bolin, 10 hits so far in this season, 2 of them being extra base hits. And he's able to get on base, a 44% on base percentage for him. The pitch, that one's upstairs, and it's going to be a strikeout for Brendan Hayes. So now he's gotten 2 outs back-to-back. One on a fly out towards right field, the other on a strikeout there. 2 down, and now up comes Michael DeRosa, trying to clear the bases and give the lead for Newark. He was in that last one and was able to score a couple runs. He had a pair of singles there. 2 outs coming now. Brendan Hayes on the bump. The pitch, that one is hit hard and it's going to go down the left field line. It remains fair. Moving on over from first towards third is going to be Miles Castillo. He'll stay up there. It's a double coming in for Michael DeRosa. Big swing there from him to stay fair. And now it's 2 men in scoring position as Christopher Babkowski steps up to the plate. He's the catcher for this one for the Newark Pilots. He's coming into today with just 2 RBIs to his name. Looking to try and change that one up now that he has 2 men potentially scoring. Pilots, through the first 7 innings of this doubleheader, were able to score 6 runs. Now looking to try and capitalize on more. Hayes had the penultimate out with the strikeout against Aiden Bolin. Let up that double. Now looking here. Dubeck gets the sign. Castillo is getting his lead over there, and that one goes for a strike right down center lane. 0-1 count incoming for the right-handed catcher. Not often do you see left-handed catchers. You do see them every so often. He's gets set and throws. That one goes for a strike. 0-2 count now incoming here against the batter in Christopher Babkowski. Looking to try and put the Pilots in the league over the Pioneers. Brendan Hayes trying to change that. 0-2 count. Hayes kicks and deals. That one fouled away. Ran inside of the dish. Babkowski gets the swing on that one, but goes foul. And so for Babkowski, the goal here is to try and just get at least 1 home. He's got to hit something in a play, though. Hayes gets his sign from Dubeck and will get set. The Florida resident takes his pitch, and that one goes outside. One-two now incoming. As Esley was attacking there in case of a swing. Wind currently blowing towards right field, as it is a 1-2. Thank you for joining us here on your 4th of July. 1-2 count, 2 outs. The pitch, that one's hit high into the air. It heads towards shallow right field. Going back for that one and calling it off as Esley, who makes the snag and gets the out. Brendan Hayes, for the first time this season, is able to hold off in the first inning. It is 0-0. Pioneers get ready to bat right after this here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the first incoming here is in between the two innings. The Pioneers in the middle of the first always do their dedication towards veterans. And we thank veterans and active military members, well, whether they were active back in 1776 or today in 2026. We thank you for your service. And we thank you for supporting the Elmira Pioneers. The Newark Pilots get ready to go into the field, and they're going to have their pitcher up now in Jackson Moore. This is going to be his fourth start on the season. He enters in today with a 1-1 record, a 7.17 ERA through 21 and third innings pitched. He's got 17 strikeouts so far on the season. And batting first is going to be Caleb Delaney. The right fielder steps in another time leadoff spot in the last game. The top of the day, he was able to get a single to his name and was able to walk. He's been on base on every single game he's played this season. We're going to try and continue that here in the bottom of the first. First pitch comes in. He swings on first pitch. That one heads towards center field. Shallow center, but getting underneath that one is going to be Miles Castillo for the first out. And with that, let's look around the field for the Newark Pilots. On third base, it's going to be Grant Ingram. Miles Castillo is the shortstop. Over at second base is Lucas Orlovitz. Liam Wagner, he's at first. The outfield from left to right is Aiden Davenport, Jeremy Sosa, and Michael DeRosa. Doing the catching for the man in Moore is going to be Christopher Babkowski. Now to bat comes Nick Spanner, back in his 2 slot. The top 3 of this order are remaining the same, and Spanner and Delaney and Baker. Pitch goes in there for a strike. Delaney 1, Spanner 2, Baker 3. Jack Aylward moves into the cleanup spot for this one. It's an 0-1 count coming here for Nick Spanner. Pitch from Moore comes in. That one swung on a miss there. Going to be strike 2. That one, curveball just beat him as it went down in the dirt. 0-2 count for him. Calling the pop-up by Caleb Delaney. The pitch, that one outside. 1-2 now. As he gets ready to go here. This will be the 9th game for Nick Spanner. That one's low. It is 2-2. Spanner ready here, the extra hitter in this contest. Expect him to potentially catch tomorrow. The pitch, that one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards third base. Grabbed there by Ingram. He takes his steps. He makes his throw over to first, and it's going to be in time. Hits Liam Wagner for the out on the 5-3, and that's the second out. And as Brett Baker now steps up to the plate. This will be his 21st game that he has started in for the Pioneers, and he is on an 18-game on-base streak. And the first game he was able to get on by way of both a single and a walk. Looking to try and continue that one here. Pioneers have gone down in order so far. 2 down. Newark already has 2 hits on the board from the top half of the inning. As Brett Baker steps in. Dots up the plate and gets ready. He was able to extend the 7th inning in the first half of the doubleheader. That one swung on there by Baker. It heads towards shallow left field. Going back for that one. And going to make the grab there is Aiden Davenport for the third out. So down goes Brett Baker on a fly out to left field. 1, 2, 3 go down the Pioneers. Newark gets ready to come back up in the top half of the second inning here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. top two incoming now, as up to bat is going to be the man batting right on in the 6-hole. It's Liam Wagner, the first baseman for this contest. He did not play in the first game of this doubleheader. He did play in the last game, the 17-7 victory between these two sides, the last time they ended up playing. As Hayes gets ready for the first pitch to Wagner, he hits that on the ground. The bounce goes right into the glove of Jalen Tidwell, who throws on over to first to Gabbianelli for the out. So first pitch out comes in for Brennan Hayes. No better way to be efficient than that one on the 6-3. As now coming up is going to be Aiden Davenport, the left fielder. And gets ready to go here. And the guy who played in the first game. Stepping up now, he was pinch hit for by Aiden Bolin, but he did have a single. So looking to try and continue that is the left-handed batter. Hayes looking to continue that the efficient start to this inning. Duback gets squared. He sets that one, goes for a strike. Nice pitch in there by Hayes. Goes in the left corner of the zone and gets the strike. Now getting ready here is Hayes. Next pitch goes in for a foul tip. Strike two. And Brendan Hayes right now getting into his rhythm on the mound here in the top half of the second inning of this 7-inning contest between the Newark Pilots and the Elmira Pioneers. 0-2, the pitch. That one fouled away right back into the backstop by Aiden Davenport. Davenport, the Hobart Statesman, continues to work here. He will step back into the box. He, on the season, is batting a grand total of 171. Hayes gets set. He throws. That one will bounce in the dirt. Duback gives a little nod of the head to say, "We'll settle down." 1-2 now. We're trying to get another hit for the Pilots. They got two in the first inning, but were not able to score. Hayes did a great job of holding them off. 1-2, the pitch. That one in there for strike three. Great job by Brennan Hayes to get the first punch out of this inning and his second punch out of the day. He catches Davenport looking, and now coming up is Grant Ingram. He pitched in the first game today, was able to get the victory. Now he comes in as the third baseman. What a shift. He goes from playing on the mound to playing in the hot corner. Let's see if he can continue that momentum at bat. 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. Hayes gets set. He throws that one in there for a strike. It's right down Broadway, right at the belt line for a strike. A 1 count incoming. Hayes gets set. The pitch, that one, swung on a miss there for strike number 2. So Hayes now is ahead 0-2, just as he was against Davenport, where he was able to get a strikeout. Hayes gets a sign from Duback. Set, throw, that one, strike 3 looking. Another punch out by Brennan Hayes, his third of the day, and that comes in against Grant Ingram. 1, 2, 3 go down the Pilots, and the Pioneers get ready to go in the bottom half of the second when we return here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Bottom 2, Jack Aylward will step up to bat right after the throwdown here. He played in the first game, was taken out after he got walked for the second time for a pinch runner in Manny Esley, and now looks to continue on forward for the Pioneers. And Aylward now gets in there looking to try and get his first home run at historic Dunfield. Thus, home of the place where Babe Ruth played, Lou Gehrig played, Wade Boggs played. Only hitting home runs here. And Jack Aylward wants to be added to that list. The delivery comes in by Moore. That one goes for a strike. Babkowski not able to make the snag there. It'll be an 0-1 count. We've seen 3 home runs hit by Pioneers here in historic Dunfield. It's one by Michael Gardner, one by Jack Tubman, and one by Jalen Tidwell. Jack Aylward looking to get his 4th home run on the season and be the 4th one on that list. That one goes in for a strike. It's 0-2 now. Aylward steps back up to the at-bat. 0-2, Moore shakes off one pitch. Now he gets the call, the throw. That one outside in the other batter's box for a ball. 1-2 now. So a 1-2 count coming into Jack Aylward, who is the designated hitter in this one. Designated hitter in the first game as well. 1-2, the pitch. That one swung foul. He got on top of that one and fouled it away. It'll remain 1-2. As Moore did such a great job in the first inning to put the Pioneers down 1-2-3. It leads to the cleanup guy in the 4th spot to try and pick up the work. No hits so far by the Pioneers. 1-2, the pitch. That one swung on a miss there for strike 3. So first strikeout comes in for Jackson Moore as the ball will go around the horn and hangs back over to Moore. And up to bat will come Brandon Duback. He was the pinch hitter for Ryan Jones in the last game. Was unable to go. He got problem of striking out, but now trying to get going here. First pitch comes in there for a strike, so Duback looking to bounce back following that 0-1 appearance in the first game. He's catching now for this one. His first time catching in 3 games. The pitch, and that one is down low. 1-1 for Duback. He's been a wild presence for this team for years, being that on that half-decade team that was drafted up by coaches, Coach Barber, Coach Burkhand, Nasty Nate, and Coach Drum, and that's why he's able to be on there. He's got a swing there that puts him on. The first hit of the day for the Pioneers comes off a one dropping in the center field, a single for Brandon Duback, and the Pioneers now like to try and move him along to score a run in this ball game. And now up to bat comes Jalen Tidwell. I mentioned earlier this inning how he is one of the lone players to hit a home run here at Dunfield. Opportunity to do so again. He was hit by the pitch in the first game to start off his day. Now looking to come back in and get a big swing on the ball. 1-1 count. The pitch, that one, swung on the ground. It heads over towards the first baseman there, who misses the snag on the ball there is Wagner. Duback is going to turn towards third base. The aggressive base running given by Coach Krakow and Coach Strom now puts men on the corners. So a misplay there by Wagner over at first allows the Pioneers to have 2 on. A single for Jalen Tidwell. It would have been a difficult play either way, considering nobody was on the first base bag. Tidwell most likely would have beaten it out, so they will not rule it an error. Good hit there by Jalen Tidwell. As now up to bat comes Alex Davis. He did not play in the first game of this doubleheader, but Alex Davis is always one where it seems like if you need a hit, he can come through and he can get it. That's what you can say about a lot of the players on this Pioneers team. Alex Davis at the top of the list. That one's outside, ball 1. As Davis gets ready here, and steps back in. On the season, Alex Davis batting .315, and he's got a grand total of 9 RBIs. Trying to hit that double-digit mark if he can get a hit here. That one goes on the ground. Heads over towards Orlovitz at second base. He flips it on over to the shortstop, who is not able to get the throw on there. So it will be a fielder's choice coming in. Castillo makes the grab, but not able to throw it back on over. 1 run scores. The Pioneers take the lead as Davis moves to first base. It is 1-0 over Newark. So where they weren't able to score towards the end of the last game, they start scoring now, as that will be one of the fielder's choice, and Ryan Gavinelli now steps up. Tidwell gets out at second base. That was a good scoop and throw there by Orlovitz on the grounder. He had some difficulty last time he was here at Dunn Field on that one. That one's hit hard by Gavinelli, heads towards center field, gets there for the third out. So that'll be out number 3 as the fireworks start here for Dunn Field, and so does the Pioneers bats. They hit 2 and then go up 1-0 over the Newark Pilots here from historic Dunn Field on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Top 3 incoming here as the batter stepping up for the Pilots is going to be Lucas Orlovitz, who had that scoop play as the second baseman. He steps in, going against Brennan Hayes. Pioneers have a 1-0 lead. First pitch goes in there, but it's going to be low for a ball. So 1-0 count now coming in for Lucas Orlovitz. As I was mentioning before the end of the last inning, Lucas Orlovitz, last time he was here, had some difficulty fielding the baseball. The Pilots were able to go up on a lead 10-9, but then in the last inning, 2 errors committed by Lucas Orlovitz ended up leading towards the Pioneers' walk-off victory. And today he's been able to hold on these tough bouncing balls here at Dunn Field. As the lights begin to turn on, they start warming up. 1-1 count. Hayes deals that one in there for a strike, 1-2. 1-2 count now incoming for Lucas Orlovitz as Brennan Hayes tries to get his 4th punch out of the day. Orlovitz batted 2nd in the first game, now batting 9th. 1-2, the pitch. That one swung hard, and that's going to be a hit for Orlo. He gets it into center field. Brett Baker makes the grab. It's a single for Lucas Orlovitz, and that's the first base runner since the first inning, the 3rd hit of the day for the Newark Pilots. So talk about a guy who comes back here to Dunn Field and starts capitalizing following his mistakes. He's got a hit. As now up to bat comes David Dominic for the Newark Pilots. Trying to see if he can move the man on first over. And for Orlovitz right there, that will be his second hit on the season, coming off Brennan Hayes. The pitch, that one's ripped hard but foul. So his second hit on the season, that one comes off Brennan Hayes. His one before came in that game against Batavia where they won 15-8. He had a double in that one. So improving the average here is Lucas Orlovitz. As for Dominic here on the season, he gets ready to go. Pitch, that one swung on a miss there for his strike. It's going to be an 0-2 count. Now incoming for the lefty. His first at-bats coming in here on the season for him. Hayes gets set. No outs here. Man on first. Going against Dominic. First pitch. That one. Third pitch goes in there. Very close. Thought he had the strike, but just a touch too high. Good eye there from Dominic to get going. And his first at-bat on the season, his first plate appearance. Hayes delivers. That one swung on there. It's high in the air. It heads towards the dugout of the home territory, but it's grabbed there by Ryan Gabbianelli. So first out comes in on a flying ball foul there by Ryan Gabbianelli. So one is down. Orlovitz stays there at first base. Now coming up is going to be Miles Castillo, who had the single to start things off. He made it all the way to third base, but was held up there. As there's a talk about a potential shift between Dubeck and Hayes. As it would be on this one, Tidwell in case of a steal by Orlovitz. Throw back over towards first. Orlovitz gets back. There. Once again, the man on first has just one hit on the season. That was a bases clear. That was a triple from him. Not bases clearing, but just a triple. The throw comes in there. That one, a pitch out, goes outside for a ball. He was caught stealing earlier this season. Does not have a stolen bag on the year. So have to see if he tries to steal here with Castillo at the plate. Throw from Hayes. That one in there, but just a touch high again for a strike. Very close pitches from Brendan Hayes, but just missing the target. As he says something over towards the second baseman, Manny Esley. And will step back on the mound. Hoping for a ground ball that they can turn to a double play. The 2-0, that one upstairs. 3-0 now for Castillo. He'll step down to get ready for this next pitch that could determine if he gets on. A 3-0 count here for him. Miles Castillo. 3-0, the pitch. That one in there for a strike. So Hayes gets his first strike of the at-bat there. 3-1. Trying to take game 2 of this doubleheader are the Elmira Pioneers. It is 1-0, Pio's lead. The pitch, that one in there for a strike. So it was 3-0, now turns full. As Castillo steps back in, Hayes looking for the punch-out pitch, as he has done so 3 times today. Top of the order here. Hayes gets set. Takes a breath, throws the ball. That one's hit high into the air towards left field. Going for that one is going to be Reed. He makes the snag and throws it on in for the second out here. Quick grab there by Trevor Reed. Just a can of corn for him, and that will be the second out as Jeremy Sosa now steps up. He flew out to right field his first time up in this contest. Second game of the doubleheader. That was in the first inning. Dubeck gives the sign to make aware towards the middle infield. As right now, Alex Davis at third plays further back than he normally would. The pitch, that one's in there for a strike. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Here for Jeremy Sosa. Hayes delivers. That one is down low. Dirt kicks up, 1-1. As right now, it's Parents' Weekend for the Elmira Pioneers. They've got back-to-back days with doubleheaders. Tomorrow, it's a doubleheader against Jamestown. Chemung Canal Trust Night. The pitch, that one's outside. So for ticket information for the game tomorrow and for any game of the Pioneers season, you can call 607-734-2690. 2-1 the count coming here for the man playing center field in Sosa. The pitch, that one is hit on the ground. Heads over towards Davis, but will break in between. That's going to be a single coming in. Misplaying there by Reed. Orlitz is going to run towards third. The throw to third in time for the out. What a throw from Trevor Reed from left field to third base. He punches out Orlovitz and gets the third out. The fourth of the day comes for Newark, but also leads to the third out. It's 1-0 Pio's lead as we head through the bottom half of the third inning. Bottom second incoming here from the historic Dunfield. As up to bat comes the man who just made an absolutely incredible throw from left field towards third base to get the man who is trying to advance, Trevor Reed. And in the field, he has some of the most incredible plays you will see from a fielder. Back in Niagara Falls, he had that diving catch that he got for a double play. Now with that throw over to third base, the first pitch comes in for a strike. There. 0-1 count. Here comes to Trevor Reed. He pitched yesterday in that game against Batavia. He's an all-utility man, as that one is low. 1-1. You place him at any spot in the field, and then he's got it. Normally he's playing on that left side. He's playing third base, or he's playing short, or he's playing the outfield. But can catch too and can pitch. So if you ever expect to see a guy do the 1-9 game, that would be Trevor Reed. As it's a 2-1 count now incoming for him. Moore remains on the mound. 1 run Pio's lead. That one in there for a strike. Hits the inner corner. It'll be a 2-2 count. Sun begins to set here in Elmira, New York as we approach halfway past 8 o'clock. Bottom 3. 2-2. The throw. That one swung on a miss there by Trevor Reed as the bat also goes flying with him. 1 down now on the strikeout. That there, the second strikeout of the day given by Moore. Manny Essley steps up now. He was the pinch runner in the first game, he was a pinch runner for Jack Aylward. Did not get an at-bat, though, looking to get his first at-bat of the day. He steps in there and we'll watch the first pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 count for Manny Esley. As he gets ready to go. Step in deal for Moore. That one swung hard by Esley towards left center field. Tracking back for that one is Sosa. He reaches out his glove, but it's not even going to be a chance. It's Susan M. Minchin sign out there in center field that it gets bounced off of, and it's a double for Manny Esley, who gets excited and hypes up his bench. Big double there by Manny Esley. Pioneers now have a man in scoring position to take on forward, and it's going to be the top of the order. Caleb Delaney now steps up. His first time up, he popped down over towards the shortstop on the first pitch he saw. Big swing by Manny Esley now. Pioneers trying to increase their lead. Their third hit of the day on that swing there. And Esley has speed on second base, so opportunity potentially to go. Bunt shown by Delaney. That one bounces in the dirt. Esley will stay at second base. And talking about speed, Caleb Delaney. You can almost count off of 2 fingers how many times he's laid down the bunt and gotten to first base just on his speed alone. But this time he looks to potentially bunt to try and advance the runner. Shows bunt, puts it down, but it goes foul. Caleb Delaney with an entire family out in the crowd today. His father, mother, and siblings here. As it's a 1-1 count. Manny Esley on second base. The infield plays in as Delaney is already pre-showing the bunt sign. He pulls the bat back in case he wants to swing. It'll go 2-1. So Delaney also does a good job by using that as a distraction on the pitcher, as he is already pre-squaring for a bunt. Pulls back and swings. That one goes over towards Orlovitz, who makes the snag, throws it on over to first. Is it in time? It is. Very close play there at first base. It advances Manny Esley, though, towards third. It's now man on third with 2 down. Any bit of hesitation there by Orlovitz, wanting to throw on over to Wagner, and Delaney would have been safe. He maybe missed it by fractions of a second. And that's what umpires have to deal with every single game on those bang-bang plays that they do such a good job at. 2 outs now. Nick Spanner steps up. Esley is half the day down the line, and that one is hit right over towards the shortstop, who makes his step. He throws it on over, but it's not going to be in time. Nick Spanner is safe. Manny Esley scores. An RBI single here for Nick Spanner on a scorcher out towards the shortstop in Castillo. And it's now going to be 2-0, Pio's lead. Great play by Nick Spanner. And for Castillo as well, that was a great job of reaching out and grabbing that one, because that one could have easily gone into the outfield. But Spanner has the speed and gets past. As Brett Baker now steps up, he flew one out towards left field his last time up, as he gets ready to go. Moore delivers that one outside, ball 1. One 0 count incoming for Brett Baker. The pitch, that one is hit hard and heads towards center field, and it's going to drop. Another hit for the Pioneers. It's back-to-back singles between Nick Spanner and Brett Baker. He moves Spanner over towards second base, and Baker is now at 19 games in a row that he's gotten on. As now up to bat comes Jack Aylward. And with 2 men on, Jack Aylward is the man to call to. One swing on the bat could absolutely blow this game open. The Pioneers have taken over the Pilots in terms of the hits column. It is now 2-0, 5-4 in terms of the hits. That one is swung on and missed there. The ball goes backwards. Moving on over towards third base is going to be Spanner. It was not a foul ball. The ball just bounced, and Brett Baker goes towards second. So the advance goes in there. It's 1 strike, though, on Jack Aylward on the swing. A 1 count. No balls, 1 strike for Jack Aylward. The pitch, that one in there for a strike. It's an 0-2 count now. And Moore gets back up. He struck out Aylward his first time up. That was the top of the second inning. The pitch, that one's hit hard by Aylward. He'll head towards right field, but tracking underneath that one is going to be DeRosa for the 3rd out. Another run scores for the Pioneers as they get a couple hits. It's 2-0 over Newark here as we head to the top half of the 4th, incoming from historic Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Up to bat now comes Michael DeRosa, who had the catch there in the outfield as we head to the top half of the 4th. We're about halfway through this contest between these two sides. Pioneers lead 2-0 over the Newark Pilots. Pilots were able to take the first game of this one 6-4 following 6 unanswered runs. First pitch comes in, and that one goes for a strike, and Brendan Hayes has been so dominant on the mound so far. He's got 3 strikeouts here. Allowed 4 hits, but no runs. Especially considering how he looks normally in the first inning, able to come in on the 4th of July and hold that off. It's Backyards Fireworks Day here at Dunn Field, so the homes around often shoot off fireworks, so be prepared to see those off. As I hear one just shoot off there, they begin. First pitch there after the firework shoots off goes in as a scorcher. Firework of his own. It gets the punch out. 4th strikeout of the day by Brendan Hayes. Gets down to Rosa. And now coming up is going to be Brankowski. And correction, that was Bolin that batted the last time. This is now DeRosa. So Bolin struck out for a second time today. DeRosa comes up now as the batter. He doubled his first time up. 1 down now. I'm trying to tell where those fireworks are coming off from. It sounds like the right side as that one's hit hard over towards Esley. He makes the snag, throws over to first to Gabbianelli in time for the second out. Down goes DeRosa on 1 pitch. The 4-3 there for those scoring at home. Now coming up is going to be Babkowski. He flew out towards into the outfield, but it was grabbed by Esley. So now he comes up here. 2 down. Pioneers lead 2-0. Hayes shakes off one pitch and gets set now. Pitch comes in. That one low. They check to see if he swung. They say he did. That will go for a strike. Good check down there by Dubak on the appeal. 0-1 count incoming. Hayes stingers down the batter and throws his pitch. That one's hit on the ground. Esley moves over. He slides for that one and throws on over to first. Great play by Manny Esley on the slide to get the third out. And the Pioneers defense has remained strong in this contest. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Pioneers lead 2-0 over the Newark Pilots. Bottom 4 incoming. More remains on the mound. The Pioneers look to try and score a couple more runs in this contest. They currently lead 2-0 with 5 hits on the day. They wait as Babkowski has to change into his gear. Coming up to bat for the Pioneers is going to be Brandon Dubak, the catcher himself, who had a single back in the second inning that then he was able to score. They give the Pioneers their first run. They've scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, as Dubak now gets ready to go following the throwdown. As Brandon Dubak gets ready here to go. See the outfield there. We thank you for spending your 4th of July here with the Elmira Pioneers. A lot of sports happening today, including Major League Baseball, Minor League Baseball, collegiate baseball like this here, and the hot dog eating contest earlier. First pitch for a ball there towards Brandon Dubak. If you did not catch that one, Mickey Sudo wins her 12th, and Joey Chestnut wins once again. 66 hot dogs and buns he was able to devour. That goes for a 2-0 count now. You know, thinking about the hot dog eating contest, I don't know if I would be the best candidate for it. I can eat fast, but, man, how they do it is so strong as that ball is hit strongly by Dubak. It heads towards center field. Getting underneath that one is going to be Sosa for the out. And, I mean, they train almost all year for that. Because I know some people may ask, do you think Chestnut eats hot dogs outside of July 4th? I'm positive outside of the months of training he has before it, the second that July 5th hits, he is not touching a hot dog for the rest of the year, and I don't blame him. I maybe eat 66 hot dogs in 1 year. He eats them in 10 minutes. As Jalen Tidwell steps up to bat now, he had a single back in the second inning. The pitch, that one's upstairs by Moore, 1-0. Following the fly ball into center field by Dubak. I mean, it's just incredible what the human being can do as that one's hit hard by Tidwell. It heads towards foul territory over in left field. Trying to track after that one, but not being able to do so is Davenport. I mean, the amount of times he's won that competition, the only time since the first time he won it that he did not win was against Matt Stoney. That was back in the mid-2010s. And then it was the year that he was suspended. He's just been so dominant, one of the most dominant athletes of our time. 1-1, the pitch. That one is hit high into the air. Going back underneath that one is going to be Sosa for the second out of this one. Another fly out to him. It's up to bat now comes Alex Davis, who hit into a fielder's choice earlier, but allowed Brandon Dubak to score. Now with 2 outs, has an opportunity to keep things moving. Try to keep the line moving. Look down, set and throw from Moore. He gets that one swinging for his strike. 0-1 count. Worst things to be on the 4th of July. A hot dog and a baseball. 0-1, the pitch. That one is down low. It's a 1-1. A 1-1 count and win coming. As we continue to hear the fireworks, they're going to go throughout the night. Here, the 250th birthday of America. That one outside. 2-1. Davis, good job with the eye there to hold off. Moore gets the sign. He delivers. That one swung on and fouled back there by Davis. It is now 2-2, going against Alex Davis. Trying to piece something together, not be going down 1-2-3 against Moore. Both pitchers so far have been pretty strong. Of course, those 2 runs scored by the Pioneers haven't put them in the lead, but can't put that past. Moore has done a great job so far today on the rubber. As he gets ready, it's a full count following the 3rd ball there. 3-2, the pitch, that one, swung on a miss there by Alex Davis. That's a punch out, and that's going to be strikeout number 3 on the day for Moore. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Newark trails 2-0, but has an opportunity at bat coming up right after this. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well, now urgent care. WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 5 incoming, and this has been a quick ball game between these two sides, just under 60 minutes, and we're already down to the last 3 innings between the two. It's a 7-inning game here in the second half of the doubleheader. Pioneers lead 2-0 over the Newark Pilots. Pilots were able to take game 1 in a 6-4 victory. As first pitch comes in, that one's outside, going against Liam Wagner. The first baseman in this contest, he grounded out his last time up, hit one over to Jalen Tidwell at short. Was able to make the throw on over. The big factor for this one, and I'm going to knock on wood after I say it, is 0 errors by both sides in this contest. Hope that doesn't end up changing. The pitch, that one swung on a miss there. It's a good game of baseball so far between these two sides. 1-1 count. Going against Wagner. Look down towards Duback. The pitch. That one is swung foul. 1-2. So a 1-2 count now incoming. Here against Liam Wagner. First baseman, once again, did not play in that first game against the Pioneers of this doubleheader, but was able to play last time they faced off against each other. 1-2. Hayes delivers. That one is swung on a miss there for strike 3. Brendan Hayes gets the punch out to start things off, and that one there will end up being strikeout number 4 for him. As he is just absolutely dishing out these pitches so far for the Pioneers. As looking at his total pitches so far on the day, Brendan Hayes sits at just 50. Up to bat now comes next batter in Davenport. Here. Correction, it's going to be a pinch hitter. It's Jaden Pena stepping in now. Jaden Pena comes in for the Pilots. He's got a 1-0 count. Pitch comes in there. It's going to be a 2-0 now to Pena. He comes in replacement of Davenport in left field. And we'll see how he tries to attack now going against Hayes. Hayes kicks and deals on the 2-0. That one floats right on in for a strike. It's 2-1 now. Coming in. Top 5 of the 7-inning contest. Brendan Hayes has not let up a run so far. The pitch, that one swung on a miss there. It's reminding of his outing against Auburn, where he just had 1 earned run against them. 2 runs passed by him. A strong pitching performance from him. As now, it's a 2-2. Hayes kicks. He deals that one outside. Full count now coming towards Pena. As Jaden Pena gets ready to go. Sun not completely set yet, so the fireworks aren't completely showing so far, but 3-2 incoming. The pitch, that one is going to be too high. It's ball 4, and that there will be the first walk of the day issued by Brendan Hayes. Not normally a walk guy, but that will happen right there. So the first man gets on by ball 4 for the Pilots, and Hayes is now up to a grand total of 56 pitches on the day. In comparison for you, Moore so far today has thrown just 43. So they've been efficient with their throws. One out here. The pitch with a man on first. That ball goes outside. Good stop there. Comes in. As Ingram continues to go. 1-0. Top of the fifth here, and let's talk about the games happening around the West Division today. So we had that first game that the Newark Pilots were able to take the victory on, 6-4. As that one goes down low, it's going to be 2-0 now, 6-4. First game of the day in Geneva and Auburn was suspended in the second inning following rain that came in there, so that one will get picked up later on in the season. Other games happening today in the West Division include Jamestown at Niagara Ironbacks. That one's hit hard but foul there by Ingram. Great grab there by a person in the stands. Jamestown currently leads over Niagara 5-2. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks will be in here at Dunn Field on tomorrow for a doubleheader. Batavia, they're at Niagara Falls today, and they're leading 2-1 at Sal Magley Stadium. They've got a lot of fireworks happening up there, thanks to the city of Niagara Falls. 2-1 count incoming for Ingram. Hayes gets set. 2-1 the pitch. That one outside. 3-1 now. And for those questioning about the East Division, Boonville drops to Oneonta 7-1. Their second game gets postponed. Utica and Saugerties, their game got postponed 3-0 as that pitch goes in there for a strike. It's now going to be a full count incoming for Ingram. Amsterdam and Glens Falls also got postponed. Amsterdam's been on a tear over in the East Division. The 3-2, that one hits off the batter. They'll say, though, that so he moves over towards first base. Ingram gets on, so now it's 2 men on coming up for Lucas Orlovitz as they get ready. It's going to be a discussion on the mound here as Coach Burkhand comes out to talk to Brennan Hayes. And Orlovitz gets ready to go here. Have to see what Hayes is going to look for against this man right now as there's 2 men on. The tying run is at first base. Just 1 out so far. Orlovitz already has a single on the day. As they can get ready to go. Burkhand's digging here to go against, as the home plate umpire will go up to call him off. And now Dubek will come back down. So man on second, man on first. Orlovitz steps up, and something to note about Orlovitz. So one of his favorite drinks that's not going to be too healthy for you. One of his favorite drinks is Moxie from up in Maine. He loves Moxie, and Orlovitz is not even from Maine. He's from New York. When he steps up here, Hayes looks down towards Dubak for the first pitch, and it comes in as a ball. Moxie has a very distinct taste for those who have not had it before. Some describe it more close to a birch beer. Some call it a bitter cola. It's something where you have to try to truly believe how it is. 1-0. The pitch. That one outside. 2-0 now. Coming in here. Bullpen currently cold right now for the Pioneers. A lot of faith in Brennan Hayes with a 2-run lead. Against Spanner once again, who had a single his last time up. Batting in the 9 hole right now. 2 away from going back to the top of the order. Hayes gets his sign from Dubak. Here comes the pitch. That one low. 3-0 now to Lucas Orlovitz. Second base currently occupied by Jaden Pena. Grant Ingram's over at first. Take this one through here. as there's a sparkler happening over towards right field. It's popping up. The pitch, that one is too high. Orlovitz will walk. So he's gotten on twice today, and both times he's gone to the plate. Now the bases are completely loaded. 3 straight walks by Brendan Hayes. As up to bat now will be David Dominic, who popped down towards the first base sign earlier in his first plate appearance. As the infield will now play on the infield grass. Hayes takes the hat off and will get back on. Here, bases completely loaded for Newark. The tying run's at second. The leading run over at first. Trying to take the lead in the second half of this doubleheader, and they've got the left-handed batter. Hayes kicks and deals. That one swung on a miss for strike number 1. And so right over there towards right field, I'm going to see if you folks can see it. There are some sparks coming up there in right field from some of the fireworks. Try and adjust the camera back for you. 0-1 count coming here. The pitch from Hayes, that one upstairs. 1-1. One out here in the top half of the 5th inning. Now getting up to warm is going to be a right-hander. 1-1. The pitch, that one swung on a miss there for a strike. So right-hander for the Pioneers is up to warm in the first half of the doubleheader. Just one relief pitcher came in place of Pracio. That was Cannon Van Duzer. So now we'll see who comes in now. 1-2. Towards Dominic. Hayes delivers, and that one swung on a miss there for strike 3. So the second out comes in there by a punch out. Both outs of this inning have come by strike 3. And now coming up is going to be the top of the order. This is going to be the 3rd time going through the order, and it's going to be for Miles Castillo, who looks to continue to work. He's shakes the head and gets back on the mound. Bases loaded, trying to keep them where they are. All of the men got on by a walk. Hayes. First pitch, the throw, that one in there for a strike. So he goes ahead with a strike. 0-1 here against Castillo. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single. Getting ready. Look down towards Dubak. 0-1 the pitch. That one outside corner for the second strike. Hayes is ahead with 2 strikes in the count. Bases loaded. He looks over to where the fireworks are happening. On the left side behind us as he takes his breath. Maybe seeing the colors will get him set here for strike number 3. Hayes gets set. He kicks. He deals. That one swung high and foul. See, claps on the glove and gets ready. Brendan Hayes trying to get the 3rd out of this top half of the 5th inning. Hold the men that load the bases on. Castillo looking to change that. Hayes gets the sign. Dubek gets down. 0-2. The pitch. That one fouled away. Hayes was just staring him down. Hoping to get him a little unnerved. There. 0-2 count. Lights on here at historic Dunfield. Opened in 1888. Here in Elmira, New York. Getting ready. Hayes delivers that one outside corner, strike three. Catches him looking and leaves the bases loader. And Hayes starts pumping his chest as he steps off the mound, and rightfully so. He strikes out three in that inning. That's strike three. As we head to the bottom half of the fifth, the Pioneers hold the Pilots to 0. It's 2-0 here from Elmira, New York. Bottom five, Ryan Gamianelli looks to turn on the bats here for the Pioneers. They were able to hold off the Pilots in the top half of the inning by when the bases were completely loaded. Brendan Hayes, 3 strikeouts in that inning and got all fired up at the end. Now up to bat, Gamianelli. He flew out his first time up, getting ready to go here. Pitch for Moore, that one inside there, but gets the corner for the strike. Moore in this contest so far has struck out 3 men. So great job from him. As more sparklers go off, that one's hit hard, and that's going to go into the outfield. That's going to be a single coming in here for Ryan Gamianelli. The 6th hit of the day for the Pioneers comes in there, and now Trevor Reed will come up to bat here for the Pios. And last time he was up, he struck out. And on strike 3, he swung on that one, and the bat flew out of his hand. I'm a fine tar on there. I think it's ready here. You can see in the top right corner of your screen just a little bit of the sparks popping off there. The sparklers out there as that first pitch goes down low. We remind you with the Elmira Pioneers that if you are lighting off fireworks tonight, make sure you do so safely. You don't want to lose any limbs. As it's 1-0 count incoming for Reed. The pitch, that one is going to be outside, 2-0. Wind a little low, but going towards center field right now. Gamianelli on first base for the Pios. Moore delivers. That one swung on there by Reed. It heads in between the 2 left side infielders. It's a single coming in for Trevor Reed. Just a slow grounder goes in there, and that will get another hit on the board. So now it's back-to-back hits by the Pioneers as Manny Esley comes up. He had a double his last time. And have to see what he does here. Pios lead 2-0 with 2 men on. Bottom of the 5th inning here of this 7-inning contest, this doubleheader. Taking a breath, and Moore will step off, and now Coach Brown will come out of the dugout to discuss with his infield. And Coach Drum will go talk to his batter here in Manny Esley, as well as his next batter on deck in Caleb Delaney. You have to see what it is. Potentially an opportunity of, if one gets on, how does Delaney attack? If Esley gets on, how does Delaney attack? If Esley does not get on, how does Delaney attack there? Potentially see Delaney go back towards that bunt strategy that he had earlier. As the meeting on the mound breaks up, and they get ready to go. No outs here. Bottom 5. Pioneers lead 2-0 over the Newark Pilots. Elmira trying to get back to 500. They're currently 11-12 following their loss in the first half of this doubleheader. Moore gets set on the mound. Attacking in Esley shows bunt. He pulls back there. It'll be a ball. And so Pena over there on first base. Correction on that one. And over there, yeah, Pena over there in first base is attacking on in. They'll go for Mall. More fireworks are happening in center field behind the trees, but barely just a little bit, so hard to fully tell on what they're using. Esley shows bunt here, 2-0. The pitch, that one pulled back, but that'll be called strike. 2-1 now. It gets in the head of Moore and tries to move things around. Gets set. Esley squares for a bunt. Pena moves in. The pitch. Esley gets the bunt down. It heads on over towards Moore at the mound. He throws on over towards first base, towards Orlovitz, who makes the snag and gets the out. Advances the runners, though. First out comes in. Man on third, man on second. Here, it's Reed, and it is also Gabbianelli. Third with Gabbianelli, second with Reed. One down. Now Caleb Delaney comes up, the top of the order, to take things through. As they get ready to go here. Bottom of the ninth in Niagara Falls right now, between Batavia and Niagara Falls, 2-1. 2 men on here. That one swung there by Delaney. It heads towards right field. Going back there and making the snag is going to be DeRosa. Running on his way home is Gabbianelli. And Reed moves over to third. So a sac fly comes in by Caleb Delaney. It is now 3-0 Pio's lead. And they have been able to hold defensively and offensively against this Pilots team to get the play there. As up to bat now comes Nick Spanner. Man on third base, that's Trevor Reed. 3-0 Pio's lead. Nick Spanner, last time he was up, he had that single that ended up moving along the runners and scoring a run. He was able to score Esley. Pitch goes in there for a strike. So Caleb Delaney has not been able to get on today, and if he doesn't, the bats don't come back around, Delaney will break up his on-base streak, but all that matters is Pioneers are in the lead. That one's set on the ground, heads over towards the shortstop and Castillo. He throws on over to first, but it's not going to be in time. It's another infield single for Nick Spanner. Talking about a hot bat, Nick Spanner has one of those. 2 singles today in this contest. So now the corners are currently loaded. And some more sounds come over from the right side and up to bat will be Brett Baker. 1 out, or correction, 2 outs here. It was a fly out by, or a 1-4 by Esley, and then a sacrifice fly by Caleb Delaney. Pitch in there, that one's low. 1-0 count here for Baker. They continue to work. Throw back over to first. Trying to get Spanner, no good. Opportunity for a double steal if they'd like to take it. Try and send Trevor Reed home. Go up by 4. Have to see. Bottom 5, men on the corners. Pioneers lead. The throw, that one's inside. Duback runs back. But they rule it a balk. A balk comes in, so it'll remain a 1-0 count. But it scores a run. On his way home is Trevor Reed. And now it is 4-0, Pio's lead. How often do you see a balk score a run for the Pioneers? It does so there. 4-0 with a 1-0 count. Shaking off the pitch there is Moore. He gets sad. The throw, that one swung on a miss there by Baker. It's a 1-1. Pioneers lead 4-0 over the Newark Pilots. Trying to split the doubleheader before another one tomorrow with Jamestown. The pitch outside. Running off the mound there is Moore. Seemed as though it just completely missed his throw there on the step down. He'll take the second 2-1. Coming for Baker. The throw, that one outside. They ask if he swung. They say he did. Baker goes around. It's a 2-2 count now. Coming in with 2 outs. Spanner on second base. A man is now warming for the Newark Pilots. No one currently warming up for the Elmira Pioneers. There's men over in the bullpen section, though. 2-2. The pitch. That one. Outside. Full count now comes to Brett Baker, who had a single back in the third. Trying to get another one. Jack Aylward waits in the wing. 3-2. The pitch. That one swung hard by Baker, heads towards right center field. It's going back there, well back there, and it's going to be off the wall. Brett Baker is moving on over towards third base. He scores Nick Spanner. He's going to slide down. The tag is going to be in time. So a double comes in for Brett Baker that scores a run. He's tagged out as he tries to advance it towards a triple, but it is now going to be 5-0, Pioneers lead. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Pios just need to hold off for 2 more innings of the Newark Pilots here from historic Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top of the 6th inning incoming. They just had the kids run here at Dunfield. And if you want to participate in the kids run and have your little ones partake, you can call 607-734-2690 for ticket information on how to come to the next Elmira Pioneers game. Do it every single game, including the games tomorrow against Jamestown. Top 6 incoming. Coming up now is going to be the new batter for the Pilots. It's going to be a pinch hitter here, and it's going to come in. Excuse me. Just have to get things ready here. He steps in for this one. Coming in as a replacement for Jeremy Sosa is going to be the pinch hitter here in Angel Gomez. First pitch goes in for a strike by Brennan Hayes. There. Hayes looks down towards Duback. 0-1, the pitch. That one runs inside. Newark down to the last 6 outs to try and score a grand total of 5 runs to take this further, 6 to take the lead, and not have the Pioneers score 1. Right now, the bats have been hot for the Pioneers. 9 hits on the day. 1-1, the pitch. That one's hit high and foul. Hits off the roof here as the... Have to wonder how the fireworks going off are affecting the pitchers. Because loud, especially close by, those loud bangs could cause something like we saw before with a balk. 1-2. The pitch, that one is too high, though. It's 2-2. And for Brendan Hayes, he's done so well today in that spot for the Pioneers. Trying to keep things moving along here. 2-2, the pitch, that one's outside. Hayes, with that one, is now eclipsed on over into 80 pitches on the day. 51 of those have been strikes. He looks down and gets set. The 3-2. The pitch, that one, swung on a miss there for strike number 3. And that there is going to be strikeout green total number. Let me count real quick. He's got so many on my sheet that it's a little bit hard here. It's going to be strikeout number 7 here coming for Brennan Hayes. As he gets ready here. Now up to bat comes Eden Bolin for him. That one fouled there. Correction. That was strikeout number 8 by Brennan Hayes. Great job today by him. Just 4 hits allowed. He's walked a couple men. Bolin gets ready. 1 out here. The pitch. That one swung on a miss there. 0-2. So Hayes is attacking these batters hard in the later half of the innings here. As he has well more than half of his pitches going for strikes. 8 strikeouts, 3 looking. Trying to get Bolin here. 0-2, the pitch. That one swung on a miss there for strike 3. That's strikeout number 9 for Brendan Hayes. He strikes Bolin out for the 3rd time today. And now Michael DeRosa will step up for the Newark Pilots. And what a day right now that Brendan Hayes is having. 5 2/3, 9 strikeouts for him. Trying to eclipse double digits here. So he can get ready for this one. First pitch goes in there for a strike against DeRosa. Hayes on the season has 30 punch-outs in 4 games started. Now he is looking at a grand total of 39 right now. Trying to hit that 40 mark. He's got no 1 count going. The pitch, that one is hit foul there by DeRosa. 0-2 count, 2 outs here. He steps back on the rubber. Getting ready to go. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Gets his sign from Dubak. Against Michael DeRosa. Hayes kicks, deals, outside pitch. DeRosa 1 for 2 on the day. He has a double that he got in the first inning. One of the 4 hits that Newark has on the game today. 1-2 count. Hayes kicks, deals. That one going to be a bit too high. He thought he had strength 3. But we'll go a bit too high. It's a 2-2 count now incoming. And you have to say, this has been the most dominant performance by Brendan Hayes this entire season. No question about it. 2-2. The pitch. That one outside. 3-2. He taps himself on the chest, says it's on me. Now it's a full count. Trying to strike out the side here is Brendan Hayes. It's a full count incoming. (3-2) against Michael DeRosa. Hayes kicks, he deals. That one is hit high in the air. Gonna track underneath that one is going to be Alex Davis that Dubak points to, but it will fall foul. So remain a 3-2 count. Little miscommunication there on who was going to get the baseball between Dubak and Davis. It'll remain a 3-2. (5-0) Pios lead over the Newark Pilots. The Elmira Pioneers trying to go back to 500 on the season as they get ready to go. Hayes looks towards his catcher. DeRosa gets ready there in the box. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch. That one upstairs, ball 4. So DeRosa gets on another time today. That's going to be by walk. So his second time getting on in this one. And now coming up is going to be Christopher Babkowski, who gets ready to go. Bullpen for the Pioneers has the right-hander warming up. Have to wonder if he will enter into this contest. Up to Matt Babkowski, he's 0 for 2 on the day. The pitch, that one swung on a missed foul. Oh and 1. 2 outs. Hayes delivers that one in the dirt. 1-1. And so for the Pilots today, just 4 hits, but they have been able to walk a couple times. 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch. So they have been able to get on base. It's just the difficulty in the second game of the doubleheader has been getting the man home. Bases loaded opportunity they had before. That one goes for a strike. That Hayes was able to get out of with a bunch out. 1-2 the count. Getting ready now. Hayes kicks, deals that one. Just a bit outside. Dubak tried to frame it up to get the corner. No good. 2-2. As all of the fireworks you can hear getting blasted off in Elmira, New York. Trying to get this one. Brendan Hayes gets set. He delivers that one up high. The throw down over towards second base. Esley trying for the tag. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Caught stealing there is going to be Michael DeRosa, and that will be the 3rd out. Pioneers hold Newark to a goose egg for a 6th time tonight. It is 5-0 Pios lead as we head to the bottom half of the 6th here from historic Dunn Field. New man on the rubber for the Pilots. It's going to be Matthew D'Ottavio stepping up for the Pilots to take on through the bottom half of the 6th inning here. Pioneers, this could be their last time at bat if they are able to get 3 more outs in top half of the 7th. So potentially the penultimate half inning in this one, as third down is about to income. And for the Pioneers, it's Jack Aylward who's going to be stepping up first for them. A 5-0 lead in this one following a 6-4 loss in Game 1. Getting ready to go. Throw down goes there. And we get ready to go. Jack Aylward in this one, he's gone 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out towards right field. Have to see how he attacks here against the new arm on the mound. Look down over towards his catcher in Babkowski. First pitch coming in here. Outside pitch, ball 1. 1-0 count now incoming. As they continue to go here. Can deal. That one swung foul by Aylward. It'll now go 1-1 as D'Ottavio steps on the mound here and looks to try and make things through. This is going to be his 4th appearance on the season. He's got an 11.88 ERA. 1-1, the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. And on the season as well, he's been able to get a couple punch outs. He's got 5 on the year. Difficulty for him has been the hits. He holds the opposing side to a .405 batting average. 1-2, the pitch. That one's down in the dirt. It's 2-2. With no outs here. D'Ottavio gets ready. Back on the rubber. Aylward dots up the plate. Pitch comes in, and that one is going to go outside 3-2. We hear the noises more and more happening around the area. Probably begins to settle in from all the humidity. It's a full count coming to Jack Aylward. The pitch, that one is hit foul. Comes very close up here to try and hit me. Jack, I know you didn't mean it, but it will remain a 3-2 count. Getting ready. D'Ottavio throws. That one's hit hard by Aylward, but it heads towards center field. Gonna go grab that one is Sosa. I mean, it's Gonzalez for the out. Gonzalez and Gomez, in replacement of him. Is now up. Is going to be Brandon Duback following the fly out towards center field. Duback today, he's 1 for 2. He's got a single. Trying to see if we can get something more. 1 out. Nothing the count right now. First pitch comes in. That one swung on a miss there for strike number 1. 0-1 count now coming for Duback. Getting ready to go. The delivery, that one's in the dirt and goes past Babkowski. Luckily, no one on base, so it'll go to 1-1. Pioneers trying to extend their lead. They lead by 5 over the Newark Pilots. Off of 9 hits today. Duback gets ready. Pitch. That one's hit high into the air by Duback. It heads over towards shallow right field, and it's going to be grabbed there for the second out. Fireworks continue to go over on the side there, as you can semi-tell back out there. Going the backyard fireworks here around Dunn Field. Continue to go as Jalen Tidwell will come up now. following the flyout by Dubak. He's 1 for 2 on the day as well with a single. Trying to get things moving. That first pitch goes for a ball. 1-0. When you hear those pops, that's why you could see how close it was to Dunfield. The pitch, that one swung on there by Tidwell. Heads towards center field. Going back for that one is Gomez, who makes the snag and gets the out. So out number 3 comes in. Just 3 more outs the Newark Pilots have to work with, and we'll see who ends up coming out for the Pioneers. And it looks as though it's going to be the man who went through the first 6. Brendan Hayes comes back onto the mound for the Pioneers when we come back here on Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top of the 7th inning incoming. Brendan Hayes remains on the mound, tries to become the 3rd pitcher for the Pioneers this season to throw a complete game on the year. The other ones to do so were Larson Birch twice, as well as Luke Richards. As we get the camera back set up here. No outs here. First man up. Camera person just trying to adjust there, showing you folks the sights and sounds of Dunfield. First pitch there, down low for Babkowski. He comes up now, following what was a caught-stealing attempt against the man on by DeRosa. Now steps up here. A lot of things happening here. First pitch there after the ball goes for a strike. This is the sounds of the 4th of July. America's 250th birthday. What better way to celebrate it than here at Dunfield as the Pioneers look to take the 2nd game of this doubleheader. 1-1 count. Hayes pitches. That one swung and a miss there. 1-2. Hayes 9 strikeouts today. He has been absolutely electric. No runs by Newark so far. 1-2. The pitch, that one upstairs. 2-2. So Hayes will kick a little bit of dirt and get ready to go back into this one. Trying to get punch out number 10. Is Brendan Hayes. 2-2, the throw. That one. Swung and a miss there for strike 3. Double-digit strikeouts for Brendan Hayes comes in here. He's through 6 1/3 now. Strikes out Babkowski, and now up to bat comes Liam Wagner, who is 0 for 2 on the day. One of the batters to have struck out. Now he gets ready to go. as he steps in now. Was playing first base, was moved around with Pena. As things continue to go here. Pioneers looking to get 2 more outs. The pitch, that one inside corner for a strike. First pitch strike by Hayes. One away for Hayes to go. 0-1 count. The pitch, that one, strike 2 on the corner. Hayes is now up 2 strikes, going against Liam Wagner. He gets back on the mound. Pioneers trying to get the 3rd out to win this ball game. Hayes kicks, deals 0-2. That one swung foul. Not able to squeeze that one. It's Duback. Hard one as well. And that was a hard hit ball off the mat. Reigns 0-2. Right field right now is just absolutely scattered with fireworks. I would say in the celebration of the 4th of July, but you could make the argument in the celebration of Brendan Hayes right now. 0-2. The pitch. That one is upstairs. It's going to be a 1-2 count. As they get ready here. One, two. Going against the man in Wagner. Looking for the 2nd out here. Hayes delivers. That one is swung on the ground. Heads over towards Tidwell. Tidwell will attack that one. Takes the steps, throws over to first. In time for Gabbianelli for the 2nd out. 1 more out the Pilots have to work with. Pioneers trying to go to 12-12 on the season, and they would just need to do so with another out. The 6-3 there, and now coming up is going to be Jaden Pena, who is playing in at first base for the Pilots. Getting ready to go here. Hayes is also just 1 out away from a complete 7-inning game. Other men to do so this season, Luke Richards back last Sunday in Niagara Falls, and Larson Birch going up against Niagara Ironbacks. First pitch, that one in there for a strike. He's already fanned 10 today. Is Brennan Hayes. He is above 100 pitches. He's at 102 right now. The pitch, that one's fouled away. 103. Final strike left here for the Newark Pilots. Brennan Hayes, 1 strike away from completing a complete game, getting 11 punch-outs, and giving the Pioneers their win to go to 12-12 on the season. He gets his sign from Duback. Getting ready against Pena. Hayes gets set. He kicks. He delivers. That one is swung high in the air. It heads towards center field. Going back for that one is going to be Brett Baker. It's going to drop over his head. Heads to the warning track. Hits off the Army National Guard sign out there. It's going to be a double coming for Jaden Pena. So a man gets on, and that's how they extend here is the Newark Pilots. As they now have a man on second base. Now up to bat is going to come Grant Ingram. The 3rd baseman steps up now. Hayes will step off and get ready to step back in. Man on second base. Pilots trying to score their first run of this ball game. They scored 6 unanswered in the first half of the doubleheader. Here it goes. Hayes. First pitch in there for a strike. He's been able to get those first pitch strikes so strongly here. 0-1 count. Getting ready. The throw from Hayes. That one for strike 2. 0-2 count once again, Brendan Hayes has. Going here against Ingram. 0 for 1 on the day. He has a walk, but is struck out looking. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Hayes gets set. Duback sets up behind the dish. 0-2, the pitch. That one is swung high into the air. Attacking that one is going to be Alex Davis and Jalen Tidwell, who gets underneath it, makes the catch, and that's a complete game for Brendan Hayes. 10 strikeouts in this one, a complete game shutout against the Newark Pilots. He goes and brings the Pioneers back to 500. They're 12-12 on the season. No score for the Pilots following the first half of the doubleheader. They split this one, but Brendan Hayes, absolutely incredible day for him. He threw a grand total of 107 pitches against these batters, 71 of those pitches going for strikes, and is able to lead the Pioneers to victory. Just 5 hits on the day for Newark, 9 for the Pilots. Big factor in this one, 0 errors from both sides. A great defensive game, and the Pioneers look to continue that into their next ones in this contest. With those upcoming games, tomorrow is the Chemung Canal Trust Night between the Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Elmira Pioneers. It's a doubleheader here at Dunfield. And then on Wednesday, they got 2 days off, and it's going to be Olean out in Olean. The first time they've played out there this season, trying to see if they can take another game against a team trying to chase after them in the West Division. Then on Thursday, Newark is back here for free T-shirt night. For ticket information, you can call 607-734-2690. Great day today for the Elmira Pioneers. They're able to beat the Newark Pilots 5-0 off Brendan Hayes in a complete game. We'd like to give a special thank you to our owners, Robbie and Miss Nellie Nichols, alongside general managers Mark and Tabitha Witt. Our assistant general manager, as you can see on the field right now, rolling out a couple of tires, is Jacob Rose. Our statistician for this one is Ethan the Turtle Franklin. For Anthony Labonte here inside the press box at Dunfield, we say thank you for joining us here on the 4th of July. Have a good one and enjoy some fireworks.